Hey, it's me, Big P. Wanted to go over the Blade Vortex Trickster right at the start of day 2. I'm about to go live for a couple hours. My internet kept dropping yesterday, so I didn't go like super far, but I did just kind of finish the Uber lab here. Mouse over, I'll make it real quick, and I'll also have a POB in the description of the current build as it stands at 78, but like, as you can see, the amulet's terrible, terrible chest piece. Rings are kind of cool for what I'm doing. I've got a bunch of early cold nodes that give me like frostbite on hit and further cold conversion, which helps. You really want on the gloves though, and then of course, because there is no crafting bench, you're in kind of a weird position where, you know, a piece of gear like the gloves I have right now that are like, hey, pretty good tier 1 life and a resistance with an open suffix for another resistance are actually not that great, because I'm really feeling for the resistances right now. I'm not even capped even with purity of elements, really looking for some more fire risk specifically there. But otherwise the build feels pretty smooth. We're just figuring out exactly how reservation and recovery, all that stuff works together. So let's go run a quick node. Just this one real quick, because I mean, it's endless delve. It's not exactly. It's pretty straightforward. So as you can see right from the start there, without the polymath recovering and the left click vortex, the mana's pretty tight right now. We're gonna see a couple ways to improve that. If nothing else, when we go over the skills, I'll show you. I kind of have a pretty beefed up Herald device. I was feeling like I wanted a bit more damage, is because Blade Vortex feels bad if like you're running into stuff and it's not dying pretty quickly, because then you kind of have to run circles around it. Between Hydrosphere and Vortex, I mean, I don't know, it's been okay. Sometimes, you know, you just run into the one arch nemesis modifiers. It's like, it's got extra cold resistance and extra life or something like that, and that one really gives you some issues. And then of course we just don't have much active mitigation. We do have we're running Grace right now because I was okay with the damage, at least when you're just farming the lower levels. Quick tip, if you are just still going straight down once you hit like around level 68 around the map tier, I would highly recommend, you know, thinking about you know, delving sideways just to make it, because if you die at the whatchamacallit, like as you can see, we started it around here early 60s to try and pick up some resistance gear and stuff like that. We've just kind of spread out anywhere in like the tier 1 map area. The lowest we get is about tier 6, and you can make them, but I mean, it's more efficient for XP. I would take a look at an XP calculator or something if you're not super familiar. Rule of thumb is you want to be about, I think it's like 5 levels lower when you're at this level. Yeah, you can get up to like 6, 7, 8 levels lower without getting too much of an XP penalty. But certainly when you're like still leveling gems and stuff, like Blade Vortex doesn't feel great at the lower levels, especially on a 4 link. Obviously we're looking for the 5 link. Unleash would be, it feels pretty great with Unleash. It makes so you don't have to really worry about cast speed and stuff like that, or casting it really that consistently, especially after you get that skill effect duration. Then you'll be at max stacks for a decent bit. You only have to worry about tapping it here and there, which is good because you'll be spending a lot of mana on Vortex, Flame Dash, and then a Hydrosphere as well. So you got to keep an eye out for that. What else? We got some jump slots open just because basically we'll be moving. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for here? We have some utility here setups in a Herald device. Hey, don't hit me while I'm talking. We got Herald device here doing work. I knew Herald device at least would be a good one. I actually did on the tree dip a little bit into Herald reservation efficiency so that I could kind of try a full 4-leg setup with it here, which I'm currently running Onslaught, Ice Bite, and Innervate. This is kind of a classic. I remember when I first started playing Path of Exile, like throwing shit near Herald device was pretty cool because a lot of them didn't have very high mana reservation multipliers. Obviously mana reservation has come and gone in a lot of different ways since then, but yeah, Innervate, even without like much shock, you know, it gives it a chance to shock, so it's a little bit of flat damage. Ice Bite gives us frenzies, and then Onslaught is Onslaught. Generally speaking, wouldn't probably use this setup for an actual mapping setup, but Endless Delve is a very special case where you pretty much always have these on-kill effects and stuff running. I don't know if you can, in that previous gameplay, my frenzies were up pretty consistently, and Onslaught as well, and Innovate as well was pretty good too. And then another place where you can put some stuff like this is Hydrosphere. I might actually throw Hydrosphere and Assassin's Mark, or yeah, I don't know if we'll use Frostbite. If we do get into a Trinity setup where the last 2 links would be Fist Lightning and Trinity, then we'd probably use Ellie Weakness or maybe just Assassin's Mark. because then we can just do Hydrosphere with some other stuff here like Cull, or maybe Onslaught would be actually better in the Hydrosphere or something like that. You know, we do have a couple slots open to try some stuff, as well as Vortex. I think Vortex with the Arcane Surge and Bone Chill is kind of nice for a 3-link though. You don't really want to pack too much into there, just because you are casting that a lot, and that's 32 mana and it's 37 mana. We only have 45 mana altogether between that. Hydrosphere also costs 24. Again, you got to kind of balance your mana costs, and I'm not really paying too much attention to it right now. We'll see. I did consider stacking a couple heralds, like Herald of Purity and Herald of Ash are both very good for physical spells like Blade Vortex, but they're not specifically what we need. I mean, then we can do maybe Cold to Fire in main links and like convert more to fire. I don't know. A lot of stuff you can do might not be as focused or you know, generally great or inconsistent as a poison build, but you know, it's kind of fun to just play around with it. I do need to remember to put goat hide gloves on my filter so I can start chancing those, because I think we got a bunch of chance orbs that are kind of just, yeah, we could start trying to chance those, because if we do chance a Hermstar, that'd be nice, and then of course we would just kind of ignore the glove slot, because that would take priority just to fully convert damage to cold. So we'll see what we have to do. But yeah, moving forward, definitely want that 6th link, because I'm starting to feel, you know, as we're trying to push into the yellow tier map content, it's a little rough, but it's definitely smooth overall. I mean, Blade Vortex, no matter which way you slice it, I saw people doing a Chieftain, a Cultist, Raider, a lot of ways to do it. It feels really great to finally get a build where I use Polymath and it's popping off, especially in Endless Delve. You still do need kind of that one-shot mitigation. Luckily, I have a pretty chunky ES set up because of, I got early Syntrek. And yeah, Trickster is just with a lot of evasion now, because I did swap over to Grace from Hatred. We were using the Hatred, whatchamacallit, that claw for most of leveling, leveled with EK and Spectral Helix, which is fine, and swapped over to this once we had the Blade Vortex, once we had Skill Effect Duration with more Skill Effect Duration Mastery, and Unleash here in the Caster Mastery. And then, of course, got it prioritized over here, converting some Fizz to Cold. And yeah, beyond that, we'll see where it goes. Again, it's kind of the fun / challenge of the SSF is seeing what gear drops for you. And yeah, we got to get a 6th link ASAP. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you're doing, how you're enjoying Endless Delve. Even if, you know, with a little bit of struggle, it's still so much fun just to delve over and over. Very chill and comfy. We'll stream for a couple hours, but I mean, my stream was going down a lot yesterday. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll probably do another update on this video when it hits about 90. I doubt I'll take it to 95, just because I'll probably want to run something else. If not in hardcore, then with some SSF gear here. But let me know what you're thinking, if you have any ideas of what could be like a good quick build to throw up there. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.